Okay guys, so I just made a video on how to just make like a cute little tag shaped holder for a hot cocoa packet that would go like in a mug. Really fun, really quick, really sweet. Now what I want to design is like a little hot cocoa packet that has like a little onboard. It's just like a one piece without having a mug or anything else to kind of hold the other extras that we're going to put in there. So I'm going to use these Nestle packets. Of course, you know, if you're using like the Land O'Lakes packets, which I love. They're so pretty and totally different size, right? They're kind of longer and thinner. Just size yours for that. So right now, you know, this little top piece isn't really anything, but let's just pretend. Again, it's like 4 7/8 inches tall, and they are about 3.5 inches wide. So I want to design something. I'm probably going to design on the Cricut Design Space. They just changed some stuff up, so we'll see. You know, good luck. If I have anything that I can link there in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items. So those links, I usually buy these Nestle packets in like a huge box. Most people probably go to Costco. I go to Smart and Final because it's like, I prefer that store because just far fewer people go there. I just don't like long lines. I can't do it. Can't do it. No matter how good the deals are. So, yeah, I get all... You see me already here, like I get tongue-tied and just like, ugh. So I get a little overwhelmed and I just don't like it. And I buy a bunch of things that don't, you know, have anything to do with what I went there for, which I guess is typical. Either way, I'm going to go to the Cricut to Design Space right now. We'll do a screen capture as I go through. And again, I'll keep those things in mind, like 3.5 inches wide, roughly, you know, the 5 inches tall or so. What I'm hoping to do is design like a little pocket, and then that'll hold this. That's like maybe a tag pocket. I don't know. We'll see about that. And then in the front, that can also hold like another little onboard marshmallow snowman. So it's going to cover up quite a bit of that guy. This is a big boy. And then maybe some, or maybe just the candy canes. I don't know. We'll see. If it's something I can translate into actually just scoring and cutting, we can talk about that. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be something that really has to be done there on the Cricut. I don't know. Okay, well, let's hop to it and we'll get to designing. Guys, hopefully this records well. I know sometimes I go to do a screen capture and part of what I say gets cut off, so I apologize for that in advance. Hopefully it'll just be like the first few seconds of each clip, you know. Okay, so we're going to do a new project. Like I said, I always set it to explore. Set it to the biggest machine you can, because even if you have a Joy, it won't show you certain images. And I repeat this every time because I don't know who's watching and maybe new and all that stuff. So if you have it on Joy, even if you have a design that obviously you can shrink down to be cut on the Joy, like an envelope or something larger, a card, they don't even show it to you sometimes. So just, I always put Cricut Explore Family. I'm going to use my larger machine anyway, but just do that so that when you go to look for images and things, it'll show you basically everything. I always like to use things that I've purchased. So I think for this one, just because it's going to be kind of simple, I want to make it really cute. So like I said, kind of like a tag pocket. But then I was thinking, does it need to be a tag? Probably not. It's cute because you can have curly cute and cute things, but you can do that anyway. I'm thinking of like a tag shape. Now, it doesn't have to be a tag shape. We can start off with like, let's say the square. And I usually get the square that has the sharp edges. We're going to make it into a pocket. So we're definitely going to use this square, not just that way, but we're going to stretch it out. So I'm just going to leave that there for now because I don't, you know. And I want to maybe put a little snowman. Let me see if I have a snowman. Snowman. Because what we can do is make like a shaped tag. And of course it shows you all these things, you know, good for, you know, these designers, make their little money there. I just like to use the things I've already purchased, which are basically really old designs. And some of these are really great because they're super basic. Like this one's super basic. I don't really know what I'm going for, so let's see. Oh, that one's interesting. It's just like the pieces of the snowman, huh? Huh. Okay, I kind of want a snowman shape that's really kind of simple, especially if we're trying to make something kind of quick, but at the same time you want to put some, you know, oh my gosh, look at this guy. Oh, see, this is the problem. When I say he's so cute, I'm like, yes, this one. Or how about this one? I mean, this is really cute. That's a lot of small pieces. I'm thinking this guy's probably not as tough as we think. He probably has the brown layer, that's where his eyes and his mouth are, and then this white layer, and then the green and the blue. Oh, let's go for it. And I think that's all I'm going to need right now, so let's do that. So a couple things I'm going to do with this. We know our packet, I'm going to unlock the aspect ratio on this thing. We know our pocket should be like at least, what did we say, 3 inches? Oh my goodness, I have to go check again because I already forgot. I think it's 3.5. That's right. It's just over 3.5 inches wide. So this is, let's say 3.7, just to give ourselves a little bit of width. We don't want it to be like really claustrophobic in there. And also we know the packet is about 5 inches tall, right? That's what we said. So if you want it right to the top, that's one thing. I think I want to leave a little bit of space. So what I'm going to do is make this guy a shaped card on top kind of thing. So like we can put that up there. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. Okay. And then again, how big do we want this to be? So these are all the things. And you can definitely put the whole body, which is probably what I'll do because I kind of have to. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. And then we need a flap that goes up, and then the cocoa pocket will be in here. Okay, so I like the sizing of him already, so we'll put that to the side for now. What we're going to do is we're going to actually, let's go ahead, since we like the size of this guy, we are going to do an offset. But my offset is really just a background piece. So I'm going to set it to like, actually we can do a little bit, huh? So that way he fits in there. Okay, let's give him a little bit of an offset. There we go. I'm going to click apply. And now I have this piece. And this is what I'm going to weld to this so that when we come back with this guy, he'll be on top like that. And have a little bit of a support, right? Instead of his hands just kind of being out there. Okay, perfect. So we have that. With this piece, I'm still going to think about it. Okay, so I have 5 inches tall. If this guy's up here, let's just say we have him welded there. And then we need this. Let me put this somewhere that I can see better. That's basically right at an inch mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches at least is the height of the packet. And then this guy can peek out the top. And I probably want to do like 5.5, just so he's peeking out the top of the packet just a little bit. So we want 5.5 inches, and then we want to make a pocket that's going to fold up over this, like all in one piece. So, you know, you kind of want to think about how deep you want that pocket. Let's say 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches, 4 inches. And so if this is 5, let's see, that guy's gonna be sticking out the top a little bit. Let's give it 5.5 and 4, so 9.5 inches. So let's say 9.5. And of course, I'm just coming up with these numbers as I go along. That's what I do. And then we are going to want a score line on this piece. And hopefully I don't lose my score line when I go to put this guy up here. I kind of want to know where that is, actually. Let's go ahead and add him on here. We're going to weld this. Oh my gosh, how cute would that be right there? Right? So I'm going to highlight both of these things together. And so there's a couple different things. We don't want to slice because that'll cut into it. On the combine, we can do weld. We can do unite. We can do subtract, intersect, exclude. There's all kinds of ways to play with this. And let me see what unite looks like. I usually do weld, but let me see what unite. Yeah, that's good. Good enough. Okay. I'm going to turn this thing sideways just so I can work with it a little easier. I don't really like scrolling all the way down to do whatever else. So I'm going to put this over here. And we're going to get ourselves a score line. I'm trying to think, do I want to do that right now? I probably do. Okay, so let's go to shape. And we're going to get a score line, okay? Okay, guys, I like to pause every once in a while just to make sure we're recording well. So we got our score line. Let me get this guy. And we want him to be as wide as this. So we did this, how was it? Just over 3 inches? Let's see. I guess it would tell me, but it doesn't tell me anymore. 1, 2, 3, just over 3.5. Okay, so what I can do with the score line is I can just stretch it that long. You know, we did 3.7. Isn't that what we did? That's what we did. Yeah, let's do it 3.6. And I want to set that up at the 4-inch score line because I said we were going to have a 4-inch. Not the 4-inch score line, sorry, the 4-inch line. And you can see over here position on the x-axis is at 4.1. And if you really want to be more accurate, just do 4. Okay. And let me change the background color of this. Well, no, that's fine. You can see it, right? You can see the score line there. Okay, so I'm going to highlight these guys. And I'm going to attach it. The only thing is I feel like if I attach this, when I go to do something later, it might get rid of it. Sorry, guys. You know me. I'm just doing things here. All right. I want to add a little flap here so that we can, oh, nope, doesn't do that. There we go. So that we can, a little glue tab basically, so we can glue this to this side so it's not just open, right? So what I'm going to do is measure out 2 squares with the harsh edges and unlock the aspect ratio, and I want them to be just about 4 inches. Let me see where the 4 is. By about half an inch. Oh, I was going to write half an inch. 0.5 is half. And I want 2 of those, so I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm going to put either one right here, like one here and one here. And you can definitely align those. So like here, let's not highlight that guy. I just want this guy, oh, this piece and this piece to go to align. And I'm going to align it to the left. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the bottom one and that one and also align to the left. So I just want to make sure those are lined up nice and straight. And this is what I'm saying. I might lose my score line here, so let's just see what happens. Let's highlight both of these pieces and combine and unite, and let's see what happens. Yeah, I figured I was going to lose my score line. Let's see what happens if you do weld. I think that does the same thing, to be honest. Let's see. Let's highlight everything and say weld. Yeah, okay. Let me undo that. What I'm going to do for the time being, just real quick, is detach my score line. I'm going to move it somewhere else for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and weld these guys. So align, not align, sorry, highlight, and let's just unite. That's fine. And let's bring back our score line. And again, if I want to just eyeball that, oh, I sent it to back, didn't I? Well, I didn't send it back. Whenever you don't work with something, it sends it to the back. Like, that's the first thing. So let me line that up over here again, and then let's grab our scroll line. What I'm just going to do is click over here. What happens is you double click, it picks a certain part of it, and I don't want that. I want this. Okay. And where is it? There he is. And since we line this back up again at 4 inches, now it's a little bit bigger than I want. Oh, come on, buddy. Let's just go over here. Position at 4.0. That's fine. And then the y-axis needs to be, sorry, I'm just going to use these numbers and mess with them until I get there, instead of trying to drag it. Sometimes what happens is it gets real sticky and it wants to pull it instead of just like, come on, moving. It changes the size, which is really kind of annoying. All right, so we have one there. And actually, I can just duplicate this line since it's already here. We need 2 more for these opposite sides, and then we're going to rotate them, and I could have just rotated them all at once, but I didn't. Like, rotate that one and then duplicate it. But here we go, 90 degrees. And we are on our way, guys. We are on our way. Let me, to make this a little bit easier, we're going to move this down here and move this one down here. Go ahead and attach these 2. I'm going to highlight and attach, just because I'm going to move this up. I like to always kind of set it up at 0, 0 if I can, because that helps you with your marks. Like this one, I'm going to send it up to 0.5 roughly. Actually 0.5 on the y-axis, huh? Girl, 0.5 on the y-axis. And it's almost there where I need it to be, and we can just kind of push it down. See how it's stretching instead of moving? It's really annoying because you have to grab it a certain way to just move it. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's stretch it back where it needs to be. And make sure we're at 0.5 here. So 0.5 on the y, 0 on the x. Same thing with this one. We're going to want 0x. Right? So it's right against there. And then we're going to want it to be at roughly 4 something. Let me see. 4 point something, and you can grab it from there. Okay. That, you know. Again, I'm eyeballing all these things more than anything. Okay, and then they both hid from me, of course, because I did not bring them to front. So let me move this right quick. Bring to front. So annoying. I could just send that one piece to the back, I guess is what I should have done. That's okay. Let's move it right back. And that looks really good. So I'm going to highlight everything. And you can also group and attach if you want. So if you want to group it, and then attach. And it's actually a really good thing to group because let's say I want to resize this, and actually we should group everything, this guy too. That way, if you're ever moving it, you're like, oh, I actually want that to be bigger or whatever. The whole same aspect will move around with it. Now let me put this back to, let me see. No, yeah, I would say that's gonna turn upside down, isn't it? I should have done like 270. Oh well, let's do 180 now that we're, oopsie, now that we're here. Oh, goodness gracious. Cracked me up. I was like, okay, 90, okay, 180, okay, whatever. The thing is, if you're already at 90 degrees, you know how I turn this, it's still gonna, it's not saying, okay, now 90 degrees from that position. That's just 90 degrees in the total of the 360. So if you want it back, just make it go back like to 360, you know? Anyway, okay, so I have this little guy, and like I said, this is the perfect shape for this, because that's how we planned it. So you can group this whole thing, just highlight everything and say group that way. And I don't want to mess with it right now, but let's say you mess with the aspect ratio, you want it bigger or smaller, everything will stretch at the same rate instead of a pocket that's doing its own thing and then the snowman's doing its own thing, then it's not going to work anymore, right? Okay, so we have this cute little guy that's going to peek out the top. And then I want to make like a little carry-on, right? So after this is folded up, there's going to be a little space in front, like another little pocket. And I was thinking about just doing it very simply. So our pocket down here is like 3.5 inches wide, just a little bit over 3.5 inches wide by 4. So let me think about the shape that I would need for that. Another square. I mean, you can make it whatever you want. If it's 3.5 by 4, we want this to be a little bit smaller than that. So let's undo the aspect ratio there. Different sizing. So this pocket is roughly 3.5, a little bit bigger than that. By 4, we're going to want our pocket. I would do this all at once, but I think it's going to be kind of painful if we do that. So I'm still going to weld on a glue tab, but later at the bottom. Okay, so for the first thing, I want it to be, let's see, if it's 3.5, we make a pocket that's 3 inches. It's kind of big, huh? It's covering up a lot of it, but that's okay. So 3 inches by 3 inches. Let's say our pocket's going to be 3 by 3 inches square. We already unlocked this. Plus, I want it to accordion it a little bit, so it's going to go in, it's going to go back out, and then I still need a glue tab back in. So I like doing 1/2 inch ones, roughly. So half, half. And then another one, another half, that's 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on this side. So if we have it 3 plus another 3, that's 6 inches wide. And then the height, the pocket was 4, let's say 3 inches tall. Okay. So for right now, I'm going to move this guy away. And the other thing that's nice about it being grouped together is that we can just move it away real easy. I'm going to need another shape, another little glue tab that we're going to attach to this bottom part here. That's all we're going to do. So this little glue tab needs to be what do we say, 3 inches wide. We're making a 3-inch pocket, 3 inches wide by just 1/2 an inch. Oh, what is, okay, sorry guys, it was locked. 3 inches wide by 1/2 an inch. Okay, and we are placing this right down here at 1.5 inches in. Okay, so again, my X position should be 1.5. The reason we're walking through this is because I want you guys to know how to do this yourself, you know. It is a little bit high, so I'm going to bring it down to, again, oh, am I bringing it down or bringing it up? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to say the number should go higher. Okay, that's something like that. Okay, so let's highlight both of these guys. Highlight them both, but I feel like I need to move this up just a little bit, because if it's not touching, it's not going to weld. So let's bring this guy down. I can see it was not touching by 0.002. Okay, so now let's highlight this, and let's go to combine. You can weld, you can unite, whatever. I'll click unite. There we go. Now we need to put in score lines. So if you have the Joy, they don't have score lines. They haven't worked it out yet, guys. Sorry. We said our pocket was going to be 3 inches tall. So what we're going to do with this guy is make it so that he is 3 inches tall, because I guess that's all we need for those ones. And we need that, a couple of them. So we're going to put one right here and one right here. You know what I'm saying? Every 1/2 inch, basically. So here, here, and here. So we need 6 of this guy at least. So let me just duplicate 1, 2. I don't really like when you do duplicate. Look how they're like going away, but I should be able to grab them all. Okay, and you know, we can either do the math or you can send it up however you want, but like I need it to go to, let's see, X position needs to be at, right now it's at 4.5, and I need it to be at, I mean, 0? No, I don't need 0. I need 0.5, right? Duh. Okay, so 0.5, I need it to be at half, and I need it to be on the y-axis at 0. And then the next one, I need to be at 1 and 0. I guess I could type them both in and then say enter, but... And then the next one, I need that to be at 1.5 and 0. So it makes it pretty easy to manipulate these guys. And let's see if I do that and 0. So it'll move over anyway. So that's about there. And this little grouping of them, to be honest, I could highlight that group and then grab it and bring it over here real easy, but I'm just going to send them up, okay? So again, you can grab them or just do your math and know where to place them. But this one's a little bit trickier. Well, actually, this one's perfect, isn't it? So let's send it up to 0 on the Y, which we know, and 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment to do that and just set these guys up where they need to go. Hopefully that doesn't hurt anyone's brain. It's very easy. And the next one is at 5, so I'll just do that, and then I'll place the last one, okay? I was just doing this off camera because my son is doing things here. So, again, everything is set at 0, you know, on the y-axis, and then we're doing 0.5, 1, 1.5. We're doing, again, 0, 4.5, 5, and 5.5. And then I need one more, and I guess I could just duplicate one of these guys. And so let's just duplicate that guy, and we need him rotated at 90 degrees, and hopefully it doesn't just disappear on me. You know what? I'd rather just grab it right now before I mess around with that. Okay, let's rotate him 90 degrees, and he's going to go here, right? And it should be roughly the same size. Yeah, so we're good. Now I'm going to just highlight all these things. Now we can think about it real quick. I'm going to change the color of that Unite before I highlight it, because then you have to undo it and all this other, just giving it its own color. And now we are going to highlight everything and attach it. Otherwise, when you move it, your little lines are going to be gone. You can also group it. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. But there we go. So that's going to be the little pocket on the front that kind of accordions out, but it's going to be tight at the bottom. So that's why I just did a quick little tap at the bottom. It's going to keep it like cinched in, where the top kind of accordions out a little bit if you want, you know. So you guys, that's it. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have time to actually make this today. Let's see. Either way, I'm going to save it because I think this is adorable. And we just designed that. Again, the reason I'm not doing cutting and all this, you know, scoring, let's say Snowman Cocoa Pocket, is because of this part. I don't know why they keep doing this. I don't want to create a new collection. I probably should, but that's okay. That's one of the new things that Cricut just updated. It's like, things are a little different. You know, to do this part, you're gonna have to cut pieces away, and we can do it. It's not impossible. It's just kind of a pain, you know. Maybe I'll follow up. If you guys leave me comments saying you would like to see this done by hand, sure. Again, you know, it's hard to like put something cute. You're just gonna have to put something up there and stick it down instead of it being part of the pocket. But anyway, when I go to make it, the other thing you want to keep in mind if you're designing your own is that you can't really, well, I guess you can go over 12 inches long on the pocket base. But Cricut doesn't really like that, and you're going to need paper that's longer than 12 inches, or you're going to make a pocket that you attach separately. I was just trying to be quick and lazy and do it all at once, so that's kind of why mine looks like this. So I'm going to go, so we have our pocket, we have the background snowman. Again, this is a cartridge I own. I have his little nose, I have his little body. Again, that's real easy. And then the green parts and his little blue hat. And then everything else is the outer pocket and whatever that is. Is that like from his clothing? I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to send this to cut, and of course that means I need my scoring tool in the A side, I guess, of the Cricut, and that's it. All right, guys, I will be back at my work surface. Interesting here, but look at it. I just took off that background paper, and I just love it because you have your score line. It's ready to go, good to go. If you're going to do several, obviously put, you know, however many you're going to do, click apply, because you can change that here. Obviously, I forgot to talk about that. But just right here, just, you know, when you first go and say you want to make 20 of them or whatever, and it'll go. Okay, I'll cut the other pieces. I know this little guy is just going to go right on top of that base piece, so I'm just going to put this down since the little arms are part of this thing. I suppose I could just stick it all the way down completely too, but we're just putting that right on that same border, and it, you know, it depends on designs you have or what you're doing. Oh, that little pink part, I was like, whatever that pink part is, it's his little cheek, so, or her. Your snowman's little design here. I did cut the scarf and the little hat from purple colors, so I thought that was cute. I'll literally just using scraps of paper, you guys. I mean, whatever fits. I'm like, well, that's good. So here's the little hat. Oh my gosh. And then what's really nice is that you have the outline, so you know exactly where to put that. This little rim thing or brim thing goes right there, and then little scarf that fits right perfectly in with the contours. I'm gonna cut the little cheek. Oh, the pocket. So when this flips up, now this could be just by itself, right? When you have this going and you like this and you just want the blue, that's fine, you know? I'm multitasking like you wouldn't believe. So anyway, you have this up here, and so of course our score lines, of course I would use a bone folder and something like this, but okay. Actually, you guys know I wouldn't, but we're gonna fold that up, and you know, again, I didn't bone fold it, so it's a little bit crooked right now. So let's bone fold that with our fingernail as well as we can. So I have that stuck down. This little guy's gonna be popping up here. Our Cocoa packet goes inside on this outside. If you just want to do it like that, and that's your packet, that'd be really cute. You can put some decorative paper or a little to and from, you know, whatever it is you want. I did cut a pocket, so I can use a decorative paper. I can use just another color that coordinates, you know, however it is that you want to finish that off. Go for it. I'm going to run my paper for the pocket, and I'll be right back. We have our last little bit cutting there. Oh, where did I put my little guy? Here he is. I was like, what happened here? Oh, that's just that one little cheek part. I'm just going to put this little glue here and get our little brim. I keep saying rim. And that goes there. Super cute. Cheek just came out, so for now I'm just going to put this in here. And if you know that, you know, part of this is going to cut off, you can definitely weld this with like a square or some kind of shape that gets rid of that little area, and you don't even have to worry about it. Like, don't even worry about the bottom of the body, you know? You can always just kind of slice it. So you just have that piece. Oh, that is so funny. Oh no! Yeah, his nose definitely had a certain direction to go, so I'm going to peel this off very carefully. Oh, that's not great. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it, think about it later. That should have gone this other way, and if I peel it now, I'm gonna rip it off. So what I'm going to do is just trim that away. That is too funny. I should have built it up, and I even said, oh, you can build it over here on the side. Well, I guess I should have built it up while it was laying on this background, you know? No, it's just sticking out there. Cute. Okay. Let me get his little cheek on, which is literally just this little piece of cheek. And I'll be too funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put this stuff over here. And basically this pocket's gonna close up like this, right? This paper, I told you guys, I just picked it up. It's Crafters Companion paper, and it is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. If you want to stylize yours to kind of divot down like that, you can definitely do that. I didn't take the time to do it because it's such a quick and easy little project, but if you would like to, go for it. Again, I made it pretty snug. Now, if you want to make it a little bit wider so that your Cocoa pocket or packet is just kind of chilling in there. Oopsie, was I in frame? I don't even know. Hopefully. So there's that guy. We're gonna hold that down for a bit. And then this one, this is that little secondary pocket we made. I'm going to bone fold it, and we're going to accordion fold this little guy. So it goes in, out, and then back in. And I like making these kind of pockets because this gives it some wiggle room, like so you can put something heavier in there. But the bottom of it just being the tab, it still holds it kind of tight at the bottom, so it makes this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it just helps out. And that's just a little extra pocket, again, to hold your candy canes or your little whatever else it is that you might want to add along with this. So I'm going to kind of give it a score. And I'm just going to glue this down. So again, you can put a little glue down there. I don't know why I did that squiggly thing. You know, I like it to be nice and perfect on the edge. That nose threw me off, and now I'm just doing whatever I feel like, apparently. Okay, let's put that down there. So I'm just going to hold that down, and I'll be back. I think it might be ready. I don't want to push it, you know, too quickly because obviously we want our glue to dry, but see how the little pocket, then it has a little space to kind of open up. So I went and grabbed some candy canes, so let's see how we did. Oh yeah, I designed this so it's like right on. Let me get this part in here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I need to stick that down a little bit better. on that other side there. Okay. I mean, it is right on. Cute. Again, you know how high or low you'd want to put that in. Maybe you want to tuck this back because of that little silver line, but that's what it looks like. So what are you going to do? I don't know if it's going to be big enough to hold this guy. Wow. It can. That's a good little pocket. And again, that's why I like that gusseting, because it adds like a gusset shape. So you can put a little more in there than you think. And now you can put this also into like a gift bag. But the whole point of this one is just so it's kind of like grab and go, like it's ready to go. Oh my gosh, everything fits. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to get that in there. I thought, well, it's going to be one or the other, you know. But if you also want to place this in a bag, then of course you can definitely do that and tie it up, put a little to and from, little gift tag or whatever on the outside. It looks really cute, you guys. Oh my goodness. But of course, this is whatever designs you have, you know. I'm sure you can do this. You can probably even do partial die cutting with a piece of paper if you're very good at that. And then you can also use whatever die that you use for the partial die cutting for the shape on top to then do your little decoration. Very easy to design on the Cricut. You just have to kind of think about what it is that you're going for, and obviously the best way to get there. And sometimes I, you know, go a roundabout way and then I get it. But how cute is that? Oh my gosh, it looks like a little heart with the candy canes. All right, guys, and I just left plain paper. You know, I mean, pattern paper. You want to run this through an embossing folder. I mean, there's decorate more. I mean, there's so many things you can do. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope that gives you some ideas of some cute stocking stuffers. My goodness, can you imagine? Super cute. All right, I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.